If you're eating chia seeds for your health, that's great. But if you're making this one mistake, you could end up in the emergency room. I'm a gut health dietitian trained through a Harvard teaching hospital, and today I'm showing you exactly what not to do with your chia seeds, plus the right way to eat them for maximum benefits. Since there is one published case in the medical literature of one unlucky individual whom I wish had watched this video prior to eating chia seeds. Okay, so what are chia seeds? These are chia seeds. They come from Salvia hispanica, a plant native to Mexico and Central America, where they were traditionally used by the Aztecs and Mayans. In the United States, chia seeds started gaining popularity in the early 2000s, with mainstream adoption really taking place around 2010 as interest in omega-3s, fiber, and functional foods grew. So on a positive side, chia seeds are packed with nutrients. They're a fantastic source of omega-3 fatty acids for inflammation, fiber for gut health, protein for satiety and muscle maintenance, and other nutrients like minerals, antioxidants, polyphenols, and more. And as you can read more about in this 2021 review article, they can help with cardiovascular disease, diabetes, constipation, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and even we have research to support their role in preventing cancers like breast cancer, colorectal cancer, liver cancer, and pancreatic cancer. This is important because 95% of Americans aren't getting enough fiber, which is a factor in why more and more people are getting chronic disease. Food has an amazing ability to heal us and an amazing ability to make us sick. So despite the recommendation of 25 grams of fiber per day for women and 38 grams for men, most American adults only eat 10 to 15 grams a day. That's less than half of what we need. And here's why that matters for your health. Fiber, especially soluble fiber, like what's in chia seeds, does incredible things in your gut. When you eat soluble fiber, it travels to your colon where your gut bacteria ferment it. This fermentation process produces short-chain fatty acids, specifically butyrate, acetate, and propionate. These are some of the most powerful anti-inflammatory molecules your body makes. Butyrate is especially important. It's the primary fuel source for the cells lining your colon, and it helps strengthen your gut barrier, reduce inflammation, and even regulate your immune system. And get this, about 70 to 80% of your immune system is located in your gut. So when you're feeding your beneficial bacteria with soluble fiber and they're producing these short-chain fatty acids, you're supporting your immune function and reducing inflammation throughout your entire body. Chia seeds are also fantastic for constipation. The soluble fiber absorbs water and adds bulk to your stool, making it softer and easier to pass. Now here's the best part. You don't need fancy recipes or complicated preparations. Just soak them and add them to whatever you're already eating. For most people who struggle to get enough fiber, chia seeds are one of the simplest, most cost-effective solutions. But here's where you need to be careful, or it can send you to the emergency room. I'll tell you about the real-life case that happened. Okay, so chia seeds are hydrophilic. That means they love water. When chia seeds come into contact with liquid, they absorb it rapidly and expand. I'm not talking about a little bit of swelling. Chia seeds can absorb up to 10 to 12 times their weight in water. Some studies even show they can expand up to 27 times their original size. So if you start with 1 tablespoon of dry chia seeds, which looks tiny, and you soak them in water, they turn into this gel-like substance that's probably 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup. That expansion is actually what makes them so good for you. The gel they form is soluble fiber, which helps slow digestion, stabilize blood sugar, feed your beneficial gut bacteria, and keeps you feeling full and not constantly hungry. But here's where things can go terribly wrong. If you eat dry chia seeds without soaking them first, they don't expand in the bowl in your counter, they expand inside your body, specifically in your esophagus. And that's the fatal mistake. The case I'm referencing is of a 39-year-old male who had an acute onset of persistent severe dysphagia, which is a medical term that means difficulty swallowing. He swallowed just 1 tablespoon of chia seeds raw, which is not much, but 12 hours later landed in the emergency room. For reference, this is what 1 tablespoon looks like. In the ER, he needed to have a tube stuck down his esophagus to try to dislodge the swollen seeds. Take a look at this photo. You can see the chia seeds there, just like they normally look in food, like chia seed pudding. Look at the comparison. So doctors had to use a scope normally used for babies to go in and push the obstruction down into his stomach and clear his esophagus again. This was a real risk, as blockages in the esophagus can cause a person to not manage their saliva, which can cause choking. The chia seeds form a thick gel, which doesn't just slide down, it can stick to the walls, which makes it so dangerous. And the esophagus is basically a food chute, and it has muscles to contract to help push food down, but the chia seeds stick, making this normal body process not as effective. And the more it sits there, the more fluid it absorbs, and the worse the obstruction becomes, and the higher choking risk there is. Depending upon where the obstruction happens, it could even press on the airway and cause breathing issues. In this case, the individual did have a pre-existing esophageal stricture, which is basically a narrowing of the esophagus. But with how much chia seeds can expand, even with a normal esophagus, the warning is not to be taken lightly. Soak your chia seeds. But on that note, it begs the question, is it safe to sprinkle a little amount of chia seeds on food? This question is heavily debated online right now. So if you'd rather have zero risk, then you should always pre-soak chia seeds by mixing 1 to 2 tablespoons of chia seeds with at least half a cup of liquid. You can use water, unsweetened milks, or vegetable juices. Let it soak for at least 10 to 15 minutes. Typically, people like to put it in the fridge overnight to make it easy. The seeds will become soft and gelatinous, which is what you want. Chia seed pudding is one of the most popular ways to eat chia seeds and makes for a very healthy breakfast option. Just mix chia seeds with water or your milk of choice, add some vanilla extract or cinnamon, let it sit overnight, and top with berries and nuts in the morning. So now, are raw chia seeds ever safe? And if you're enjoying this video and would like to see more of my videos in the future, please subscribe. All my videos relate to gut health, and I'd love to have you as part of this community. Okay, so this answer isn't black and white, but one thing is clear. Don't eat them dry, straight from the spoon. A small sprinkle on top of a smoothie or a smoothie bowl is usually fine. Just be sure to drink water as you eat and keep the amount minimal. There's no universal safe amount because everyone is different. If you have an esophageal stricture, like the man in the case we discussed, you should avoid raw chia seeds altogether. But if you're using just a light sprinkle, taking small bites, and drinking plenty of water between bites, the risk is really quite low. By the time the chia seeds begin to expand, they should already be in your stomach. And that matters, because while the esophagus is more like a narrow stream, the stomach is more like a lake. It's designed to hold and handle large volumes. That's its job. Which raises another question, really. Why eat chia seeds raw at all? You can't really crunch them like other nuts or seeds. And when eaten dry, they're more likely to stick to your teeth and expand there, which can feel uncomfortable and leave you just picking them out later. That's why many people prefer using chia seeds pre-soaked. And if that sounds better to you, then it's your lucky day as well. I just filmed a separate video where one of the 3 recipes I share for chronic constipation includes chia seeds. It's a simple 5-step recipe foundation you can mix and match to create a new flavor every day. So check it out. And as always, thanks for watching and stay curious.